Hi, welcome back to the Octopus Ukulele Academy with me, Andy Eastwood. Here we have a question from Simone Coleman in Surrey. She says, I've noticed that when I change strings, they go out of tune very easily. Is there a way around this? Well, it's an issue that I'm sure every uke player will encounter. It's a simple question, so I'll give you a straightforward answer. When we put new strings on an instrument and tune them up to the desired pitch, we're putting the material that the strings are made from under more strain than it was previously subjected to. And in response to this new level of tension, the strings physically stretch and the pitch will fall lower. Then we have to tune them up again, they stretch a tiny bit more and the pitch drops again. And this can go on for a couple of weeks if we don't do something about it. And it's a bit inconvenient, but don't worry, there's a solution to this problem. What we have to do is speed up the stretching process. Now on this uke I've just fitted a brand new G string. It's a new uke straight out of the box. It's never been played. So let's get this G string up to its pitch for the first time. Now we know it's going to drop, we know the pitch is going to fall, so what I'm going to do to speed things up is I'm going to aim to tune it slightly higher than the required pitch. So instead of G, I'll go to round about G sharp. So when it stretches now and the pitch falls, it's going to be nearer to the correct note that we're aiming for. Now we're not just going to leave it alone to stretch itself, we're going to speed things up, and there are two ways to do this. The first is playing it, so give it a good strum and you'll hear the pitch fall as you do this. Here we go, let's get it, that semitone sharp first, G sharp, good old strum. Already it's nearly down to G. When it falls, tune it back up again, a semitone higher or thereabouts, play it again. And the second way to speed things up is this. Just gently put your fingertips under the string and then run them up and down the length of the string like this. You just gently pull the string away from the body of the uke a little bit. There we go. The pitch falls, we tune it back up again, semitone sharp, and we do it again. When you can no longer detect the pitch falling, you've done it enough times. It's pretty simple, but just a few minutes of tuning slightly high, playing it in, gently stretching the string will save you days and days of constant retuning that you'd have to put up with if you just go to the correct pitch and expect it to stay there. When you've finished and you put the uke away, again just tune the new string or strings slightly high, and overnight it'll probably drop to round about the desired pitch. Do the same thing again the following day, and after that it'll probably stay put for good. Now other people have their own ways of tackling this problem. I saw a video where the instructor was suggesting you tune the strings much higher than I've said here. They said tune the C string to E, the E string to G, and so on. I personally think that's going much too far. We don't want to break the strings, and we don't want them to settle in at a pitch that's too high, and then you'd have the opposite problem. The note would creep up instead of down. Stick to a semitone, I think you'll be safe. Also, I've read a blog that says don't stretch the strings, you'll damage them, but the key is here, be very gentle. We're not talking about Robin Hood with a bow and arrow pulling like crazy. We're just talking about a tiny pull away from the uke, just to get the slack out of the string. Now, if you're in an emergency situation and you break a string right before a gig, that's different. You might want to crank the string up a little bit higher, tone higher maybe, play a little harder, pull a little further, just to get yourself out of trouble. But in those circumstances, you'd be more concerned with just getting on stage than you would be about the long-term health of the string. But hopefully, if you plan ahead, change your strings before necessary, then you can avoid those situations happening. Keep sending those questions in, subscribe to the channel, share the videos with your musical community, and I'll be back soon with more.